In a previous video, I talked about the idea of finding your muse, or finding the inspiration to actually get up and create. But this time, I want to actually ask you guys about what made you want to create in the first place. You know, as game designers or filmmakers or writers, there was something that made us initially want to try doing this ourselves. And with today being April 26th, I felt like it was appropriate for me to talk about my biggest inspiration. For those of you who don't know, today is Alien Day, the day when we celebrate the Alien franchise. The original film, directed by Ridley Scott, was released in 1979 and was a massive success. And its follow-up, Aliens, directed by James Cameron and released in 1986, was also huge. There were other films in the franchise, but honestly, you could ignore them and you'd still be fine. When I was a real little kid, I mean like 5 or 6-ish, I saw Aliens for the first time on UPN, which was a network that became CW or some other random network that probably doesn't exist anymore. So basically it was censored and cut up and made TV friendly. And those of you who have seen Aliens knows that's not exactly a super family friendly film. And while at the time it completely terrified me, like to the point of having to sleep in my parents' bed for at least a couple of days, it left an impact on me. And a couple of years later, when I saw the original Alien for the first time, that film did as well. I absolutely loved them to the point of becoming just obsessed. There was a period in my life when I could completely recite the Alien life cycle to you, like just off the top of my head. And I don't just mean facehugger, chestburster, drone, alien queen, boom. I mean like the fetal stages of the chestburster. Because yes, that information exists. So obviously Alien and Aliens was a big deal to me, and still is to this day. I mean, the work of Ridley Scott and James Cameron on those films just ignited this passionate love in me for cinematography and directing, and has led me to doing what I do today. Not to mention the performances of Sigourney Weaver, Michael Biehn, Lance Henriksen, and the countless other actors that made me want to try it myself. I mean, hell, if you trace it all back, you'll find that I do what I do today because of those films. I put myself in front of a camera every single day because when I was a little kid, I watched a movie that introduced me to a whole new world. It made me want to do what I do. So I want you to do something for me. I want you to go back and I want you to look at the things that inspired you the most. I mean, there's probably some film that you watched, or book that you read, or game that you played, hell, even song that you listened to that made you want to do this. I want you to go back and I want you to take a look at it and see if it reignites anything in you. And when you're done with that, go down into the comments below this video and write the title down there. I'd love to know what has inspired you guys, and who knows, maybe something down there will inspire somebody else. While you're down there, you could like and subscribe. It really helps me out when you do that. So I'm sorry for the kind of shorter video, but if you would like to hear me ramble on more about Alien, then you could go and check out this new podcast that I started with my friend Owen. There's a link down in the description, or you could click on the card here on screen. We had a ton of fun doing it, so I think it's something that we're going to continue doing for the foreseeable future. So go ahead and check that out, and have a good one.